we are jumping out to a nice lead. Can they lock down our powerful creatures? Greetings, everyone. I am glad to be here, and I am glad that you are here. I am excited to show off today's Brawl deck. That's today's jank. It is Radha, Heart of Keld. And our take on it's going to be just a little different than some of the others. We've seen Radha in the past, and it's just all Gruul aggro stuff, and you know, that's fine. But I want to do lands matter. So we're doing lots of landfall type stuff with Dryad Ilysian Grove and Azusa the Lost But Seeking, as well as Valakut Exploration, all playing major roles. We also have a number of MDFCs that will be taking place here. Let's see, where are you? Turntimber Symbiosis and Shatter Skull Smashing over here, and then the Valakut Exploration also having landfall to get the extra triggers, right? So anyway, you'll find most of the cards in our deck are doing land-related shenanigans. Is it, I mean, possible that our deck would be better off just as Gruul aggro? Possibly, probably even. But what I want to be doing is getting a bunch of lands right off the top of our library and hopefully making hay in that manner. So why don't you come on and join us? Let's play some games. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are up against Corlash, playing Teferi, Master of Time. All right, let's keep this. I think we're going to start on a Turntimber Symbiosis. Well, no, wait. Spikefield Hazard, as it turns out. We drew that for the turn. No, we don't need that. Oh my gosh, Confounding Conundrum is brutal. Oh my gosh, against our Azusa even. Well, I guess we're going to likely be Gemrazering this upcoming turn. Please do something. Just tap all your mana, please. Okay, Stern Dismissal is really annoying, but whatever. I did ask them to do that thing. Alright, Stonecoil Serpent, come on back. Modern has the Essence Scatter. Alright. Very annoying, folks. Very annoying indeed. Radha is an elf, so we can mutate onto her. We do want to destroy this Confounding Conundrum as soon as possible, and our opponent's, of course, tapped out. All of these feelings are terrible. We hate all of this. The fact that our opponent's seen a million cards, already Stern Dismissaled, and Essence Scattered us. All of it feels bad, but honestly, none of it's the end of the world. Alright. Tangled Veil coming down as our land drop right off the top. Oh, well, shoot, folks. Darn it. We are unfortunately going to have to kill Nyx Lotus instead. Otherwise, our opponent has infinite mana and we likely just, you know, lose the game. We don't want to lose the game. We would like to win the game instead. So we're going to do that. Opponent has a Frogify. Very annoying. We need to draw a Wilt now. Likely would hit the Confounding Conundrum instead, but yep. How about a Renata? Make a land drop, get in for 1. Renata, of course, counts Devotion, so she has 2 of her own. Gemrazer does have a Devotion, even though it happens to be a blue creature, right? So let's actually just pay the life here. While they're tapped out, get down a Thorn Mammoth. It gets a counter, fights the Solemn, gives us a couple of Devotion. It does cost 2 green and 5. So we're going to get in for 6, dropping our opponent's life total down to 14. And despite our opponent having a pretty good card in the matchup, we are jumping out to a nice lead. Can they lock down our powerful creatures? Oh boy, it's a Charix. Okay, that's not locking it down, but it is going to stop them. Well, Beanstalk Giant going to go after a mountain. And we're going to return one of our spell lands. Yeah, almost able to kill Charix there. Not quite. Mystic Sanctuary coming back, going to get back a Stern Dismissal. Indeed, that is so. Does it go on top? It does not. Okay. It's Fairy Master time, coming on down. Going to draw and discard. Jace Mirror Mage, also going to make an appearance, folks. This is screaming of desperation. I think we've got lethal now. Oh boy, yeah, that's a good one. So let's go ahead and go to combat. They may have another bounce spell, which is why they didn't return Stern Dismissal. Opponent, Corlash, may or may not even know they have priority here, but we're going to get in at Corlash's face. See what they have to say. Okay, gonna phase out Thorn Mammoth. Alright, and block. Sure. The deal is, we actually have a Morog, Fury of Okum, and we get to get in again, ladies and gents. We get to get in again. All right, Corlash. GG. GG. All right, folks. Here we are up against Joseph Stylen. Good luck, Joseph Stylen. And yeah, I think we're going to hang on to this. Opponent leads on Temple of Enlightenment. Goes bottom with the scry. We're going to lead on Forest. And pass the turn. I do believe we are going to... Oh. Yeah, Stonecoil Serpent for 2. And likely Kazandu Mammoth next turn. As I've said in the past, this is the type of card where you like to cast it when you have a free land drop. So if you cast it right on 3, you then pass the turn. The opponent can, whatever, Oblivion Ring it, bounce it, whatever, and you don't get anything. Whereas if you cast it on turn 4 and can immediately follow it up with a land drop, then, folks, it's gotten its value and it is okay to do. All right, opponent just takes the 2, allows the Kazandu Mammoth to resolve. Opponent staring at Alela, Artful Provocateur. is a 2/3 flying Death Touch lifelink. Other creatures you control with flying get 1/0. And whenever you cast an artifact or enchantment spell, create a 1/1 flying. Which, of course, as long as she's out, is a 2/1 flying. Oh boy, Cloud Conceer coming on down. Sure. Alright, well, let's Radha. See what happens. Okay, well, fine. Then we're just going to do the thing and get in. If our opponent wants to trade away the Stonecoil Serpent, that's okay with us. It's not big enough to kill a Layla anyway, and that means they're going to take 5, which they did, and that much is perfectly fine with me. Cragcrown Pathway coming on down. Now there is black mana for a Layla. Sure. Let's do the thing. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get in. This is a lot of damage for the opponent to just take. Sure enough, they say okay, and that's all right. But we're gonna get a Morog next turn, unless they have a counter spell. That's gonna be a lot of damage. Opponent carefully considering their options. Frogifies Radha. Man, that's really annoying. I hate this card in Commander. It really kind of gets around the spirit of the Commander, you know? But it is what it is. Heliod's Punishment on our Kazandu Mammoth. Jeez Louise. Alright, well. So be it. Alright, let's just activate this right now. I don't see a reason to wait. And we're going to discard a forest. To exile the top 2 cards of our library, we get to choose one. Oh boy, it's Scute Swarm. Well, we're going to cast that fella. And immediately make a land drop. Mystical Subdual. Well, we're going to get in. Opponent takes it down to 10. Sure. Well, Staggering Insight on one of the 2/1s. Heavens to Murgatroyd. That's going to be a lot of damage. And Erebos Bleak-Hearted. Holy cow, folks. Yeah, they're getting in with the team. Sure. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Fable Passage coming on down. Sure. All right. Thinking about it. All right, well, darn it. We're going to do this. Over. Kill that Staggering Insight. And then discard a Fires of Invention, because I don't think that card's necessary here. We choose a Mountain. And we're just going to make this thing do the thing. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, math still checks out. We do also have a couple of reach creatures here to defend ourselves. But not, I wouldn't say we're feeling great. Elspeth Conquers Death coming on down, going to hit a Gemrazer, presumably. Yeah. All right. Just the Alela gets in. No blocks. We take 2. Down to 12. All right. They can't respond to a land drop, so we're going to do this right now. Get another Gemrazer. And we're going to get down a Thorn Mammoth. Going to fight... The Alela just gets cast again, so it doesn't really do much, and then we die. But it does stop him from making a bunch of tokens. Nah, let's just do this. All right, Erebos going to kill our Scute Swarm. Sure. All right. We're going to remove a counter. Unfortunately, still hanging out on there. Now, if we play a Morog and have a land drop, which we hopefully should be able to manage this upcoming turn. Then it'll at least be able to attack on the second main. And I say we should be able to manage it because we'll be able to draw a card for our turn, but then also use Magmatic Channeler to find... Oh boy, that's really annoying. That is really annoying. Oh boy, and our opponent playing it close to the chest there. All right, let's discard a Dryad of the Ilysian Grove. Reveal Vivian and a Forest. I think it's actually just the Forest. All right. Fight Alela. Yep. Back to the command zone. Opponent going to be able to draw if they choose. Does do so. Then we're going to get in with everybody. Yep. We lose a bit of life, down to 9. Opponent loses life down to 5. Well, we're going to make a land drop. And get in with everybody again. Opponent goes up to 10. You got to block at least 3 over here. Yep. But our opponent didn't bother to block the Radha, so GG and good heavens, folks. That was a close game. You thought we were kind of done there for a bit. But holy cow, we were able to bring it out in the end, and geez Louise, good game, opponent, good game. All right, folks, we're back, and looking at the deck, honestly, it performed pretty well. Notably, when I was putting the deck together originally, I thought we had Garrick's Uprising. As it turns out, we don't. This is whenever, or if you control, when it enters, if you control a creature power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have trample, very important. And whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. We don't have a ton of creatures power 4 or greater, it's true, but just the giving all the trample stuff would be worth something in this deck. So I think this needs to make it in somehow. I intentionally left out Garrick Unleash because we wanted to do more land-related stuff, but I think the whole being able to give 3/3 and trample onto Radha when she can pump to be a 50/50 or whatever would be really important. So I'm kind of chagrined that I left those two cards out, and they probably ought to make their way into the list somewhere. So notably, that's one of the things I would do differently if I had, you know, omniscient capabilities or had played games of the deck before. That said, the deck played relatively well. I don't have any complaints about it, other than I do think I made a guess beforehand that it would be better as Gruul aggro, and I think that bears out. I think the deck would be better as just getting aggressive with red and green creatures and forget all this land stuff. If it happens, it happens, but use Radha as a card advantage engine that is incidental to the really powerful things that Gruul has going on. But I had a great time playing it, so that's definitely a strike in its favor. When you can get Radha down and get some Azusa or Dryad of the Ilysian Grove and just get a bunch of land drops and just keep making land drops off the top, man, it feels so good. Lots and lots of fun. That said, if you have recommendations for how to change this deck, I'd love to hear them. Because we're going to play it on the stream, darn it. And I really want to know the best way to build this deck, because I don't like getting curb stomped for hours, you know? It's kind of nice to actually win some games. So please let me know down in the comments below how you feel about it and how you might change it, how you might change to make it better. So let me know. Speaking of the Twitch, though, I have a Twitch channel. 5 nights a week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm streaming 4 hours per night at 6 p.m. Central. I would love to have you with us. Like, I don't know how to say it other than I like making friends. I don't know how to be a really big, huge, famous streamer guy or whatever. I just know how to make friends, and darn it, I'd like to have you as one of them. So come on out and join us. Just drop that follow button and come on in, and you'll see the community we've got built together is a really, really kind and generous community. I think you'll love it. So without further ado, I'll see you next time.